Hey everybody, what you're about to watch is the roleplay between Trish and Melinda. In this conversation, Melinda wants to find someone to help her with video content, and Trish will show Mo and us how we can build rapport and talk to our potential client to help them get what they want. So stick around.
My goal is to make the client feel like they are special. So let's get into it, okay?
Hey Chris, I heard about you through the Futur and heard that you could help me out. I have some long form content. I'd like to expand my audience and create some micro content out of it.
That's awesome, Melinda. Thank you very much. I've heard about you too, and I think you're good people.
Well, thank you. You heard about me from where?
I saw you on the video as well.
Oh.
Yeah,
awesome.
You seem like a really decent human being. Somebody that I think that we could do something good together.
Thank you.
Okay, so are we talking about a video project here?
Yeah. So taking my long form content and creating micro content from it.
This is perfect. A lot of people actually do call me up for helping them out with video content. So this is right up my lane and alley. Now, I don't want to get into the weeds with you here. Generally speaking, there's a pain point that you want to solve. And I just need to know what that pain point is for you. Like, why don't you just want to do this with whatever internal team you must already have?
I want to be hands off on this. Yeah, I have a team. I could use one of them potentially, but I'd have to get all that started and get the process going, and just getting them to that level of producing at the rate that I would like. I think it would take a while, and I would like to just be hands off with this.
I see. That's perfect. So it sounds to me like you're saying you need to be hands off. You got other fish to fry. It's going to take you time to ramp up and scale up your team. And right now you're mostly concerned about the output. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So then the other thing I just need to know, and just only a couple more questions, I don't want to kill you with all my questions, I hope you don't mind, is that you're doing content now, presumably, and you want it to perform better than now. Is that a safe assumption?
Well, better, it's actually different. So I have long form content right now, and it's performing well where it's at. And I want to move into a new domain and so what we have on YouTube, I want to take that and then push it out to my audience and other platforms. So it is a new thing. So it's not even that I need it to be better. It's just, I'd like it to work and expand.
So what I understand is right now you're doing zero, and anything more than zero is better, is it not? So it sounds to me like you have some really good long form content that you want to create something that's a little more bite size. Is this going to live on Instagram or some other platform?
Yeah, Instagram and LinkedIn.
Okay, so the question I'm getting to right now is, what metrics matter to you? So if we start creating content for you, when you look at it, what are you going to say like, yeah, it's working really well?
Well, increase sales, because at the end of the day, I want to expand my audience so that they convert into email subscribers, so that they convert into sales. So at the end of the day, it would be an increase in sales.
Okay, since I don't have control over those parts, what's the best thing that the video can do for you?
Reach. Just
reach. Okay, perfect.
Reach. Well, I would also say that if we can get those viewers to take action, which the one action would be to convert into an email subscriber. And if we can't go that far, I would say at least to click on the website at minimum.
Okay. So it sounds to me if there's a certain audience size that's looking at this and they actually just click on whatever link, then the video has done its job, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we're talking about click-through rate or something like that. So do you have a number in mind as to every piece of content that you create, how many views you want to get or what kind of engagement you're looking for?
I'd have to look at my numbers. I could work backwards from the click-through rate that I currently have and the views that I currently have on the posts. They're not videos. I hear that videos perform better. So reach would be about 3,000 per post. If I could do better than that, that would be wonderful. And then the click-through rate is about 200 for, well, probably 10%, 300 for every 3,000.
10% click-through rate?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you're getting some killer click-through rate. You must have really good content right now. Okay.
Thank you.
That sounds pretty good. It sounds to me, just based on my experience, that the reach could be actually higher than what you're setting, but the click-through rate since this is new, that sounds really high. Like internet average and click-through rate is like in the low single digits here. Is that what your experience aligned with that, or is it different?
I have a higher, I mean, I'll have to check the actual numbers. It could be lower than that, but my click-through rate in general is higher than the average last I checked.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm eager to start working with you. What's going to make this a no-brainer for you to say, like, Chris, let's get this thing going?
I would love to test this out because this is something new that we haven't done before. I know the long form content works. I know the content that I'm currently posting is working as well. So I would love to somehow just test this out, and I don't know how long that would take to see results. If that's a couple weeks, if it's a month. Okay.
All right. A couple of things here. So it sounds like you want to do a trial, and that makes a lot of sense to mitigate your risk. And I don't want to put you in a situation where you feel like you're overly committed to working with me. Obviously, I'd only want to work with you if you felt like we're getting the results that you want, right? So here's the thing. Like, I don't even know what we're doing yet, but I got to tell you, my minimum level engagement is $2,500 a month to work with me. And that's just for me to dedicate resources so that I can do this for you. And it can go on up from there for up to $12,000. I have a client that I work with that pays me $12,000 a month. So perhaps what we can do is figure out together what number feels comfortable and then design a package that will meet your needs based on your budget. Where are you in that spectrum?
My budget, I came in thinking it was going to be around 2,000.
Okay. Can you go?
That's what I would be comfortable investing in that.
Right. Can you go a little north of that? We're talking about a $500 difference. It's hard for me to take on clients that spend less than that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm a little hesitant with that just because I've already budgeted out that. But what type of results could I expect with that? Or is this just because I was ready to test with the 2,000, but I'm a little hesitant going higher.
Okay. So if you spent $2,500 with anybody, me or some other vendor, and you got certain results, and we both know this, if you got something that exceeded your expectations, then $2,500 would be a bargain. But if it's less than what you'd hope for, then you would feel like it's wasting money. So you tell me what results you want. How many videos do we need to post a week? How much engagement? And we could set those as benchmarks, and I'll work on it so that until we get there.
Yeah, if I could have 5 videos a week at $2,500, I would feel good about that.
Okay, 5 videos a week. So we're talking about doing 20 videos a month? Okay, so there's usually a sliding scale between quality versus quantity. It sounds to me like you want to do more quantity than quality. Is that the case?
Well, because my long form content has already been, you could say, validated by the audience, I know that there is a type of quality that already we're bringing to the table with the video. So as long as the cuts are the right cuts and chosen correctly, then I feel like we're already coming in with high quality.
I see. So you're looking for somebody to simply just take those videos and just cut them down and not actually add a lot to it.
You know, I don't need to add a lot to it, but I do need someone who is going to pick really well the micro cuts that will connect with my audience. That is what I'm looking for.
Right. Well, we could just look at your engagement graph in YouTube and look at the analytics and just pull from there. I mean, it's not much of a guessing game at that point, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So it sounds to me like what you really need is just a live human being to just grab that, look at the data, and give you something. I'd like to think I add a little bit more to it than that by adding titles and graphics and maybe pulling in quotes that are relevant or just recontextualizing it so that it feels fresh and new and relevant because you're talking about engagement and designing these things for a clear call to action at the end. But it doesn't sound like you need that.
What is it that I need then?
Oh, just somebody to cut it down.
Oh. Well, cut it down.
Because I can't honestly tell you I could do 5 cuts or 5 videos for you a week, 1 per day, and really, given how much I'm getting paid to actually add all the extra stuff that I think will get you the results that you want.
I see. So what would, in your mind, give me the results that I want? How many videos?
I think we need to scale it way back. I think maybe 2 to 3 videos a week And that way I can spend some time, and also it'll give me time to think and reflect on the engagement you're getting, and not just be cutting these things in advance and not paying attention to what your audience is doing and reacting to. Yeah.
Got it. So you'd be more involved and engaged in not just there to cut down the video, but there
that's
to
what I was trying to say.
Respond to the audience and create things that will actually get me to my goal.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what you wanted, right? So that's what I heard, and not just hiring an editor to do straight editing work for you. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Okay, so does that feel like it's kind of getting you in a place where you feel really comfortable and happy about this?
Yes.
Okay, so if we did, say, 3 videos a week at $2,500 a month, we can try this out for 30 days. And I think what will happen in the very beginning, there's a little learning curve. I want to be honest with you. I got to still get a feel for your content, and it's probably not going to happen until midway point. So are you okay with that, knowing that it's going to take a little time to get there?
Yeah, I understand that we need that time.
All right, and most likely what I'd like to do with you too is maybe do maybe every 2 weeks give you a report, and we can have a conversation and redirect if necessary, or you can say, I love that, give me more of that, or a little less of this. Is that okay too? Okay, great. And I gotta tell you, I want you to be totally 100% comfortable with this decision, because I actually like you. I'd love to work with you, and I know that you're a big influencer yourself, so I want to make sure this is a home run for you.
Thank you. Yes, I feel confident moving forward.
Okay, super. So I will send over a 1-page deal memo, and if you're okay with that, I'll send you an invoice and you can pay it and we'll get started. I can start as soon as you guys send me a check. Is that okay?
Perfect.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much, Melinda.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. Mo, what's your impression of the differences between what you did, the old you, versus potentially what you could do? And do you see anything different?
I do. So you really sat in the problem for a really long time, and you milked that to really understand why she would even need the video before you even started talking price. And then once you got to the point where you understood her problem and you needed to transition into talking price, you said something which I think is super powerful. Like, what would make this a no-brainer for you? So you're giving her the power to tell you what would work for her. What number feels comfortable for you, and we can customize a package. You didn't sound eager or like desperate at all, because when she said 2,000, you were like, oof, I don't know if I can do that. And then it almost made it feel like the carrot and the stick, where you were like, well, I would add graphics and this and this and that. And she was like, wait, but I do want that. I don't want to hire somebody else. That's what I took. The high level, just you really stayed in the problem before even talking numbers, and it was very personal.
Well, you know, the thing that you'll notice, if our audience is paying attention, you'll notice that she said, I want 5 cuts a week. So when I heard that, here's the breakdown for you guys, okay? When I heard 5 cuts a week, I was thinking it went against everything else that she had just previously said. And what she said was, I care not to do this. I care to have a certain amount of views and to get click-throughs. But immediately her prescription is volume, volume, volume. And I don't want to argue with her. So I reacted by saying, you just need a person just to edit this and cut it down, right? That's all you need. Really, at the end of each day, a lot of your clients and customers may say to you, yeah, make us 45 things, make us 200 logo sketches. But at the end of the day, they care about one result. So that's why I spent the beginning of the conversation understanding the one result she cares about. And I wrote it down and I mirrored her, and I mirrored back the same exact language. You want to be hands off, you want to ramp up, you want to have output, you want to convert. I said all those things so she knew I was listening to her. So this is a very, very subtle way to call into contradiction or point out, like, these two things, they don't sound the same to me. So which is it? That's how I would have handled that.
I have an observation between the 2 calls. In the conversation with Chris, it was like he only gave the information as it pertained to what I had just said. So Chris, you were leading me somewhere, but I don't even know if you were necessarily leading me. You were walking with me to try and see where I was going, and not trying to give me too much information ahead. You were just trying to figure out, where are you? What are you looking at? Where are you trying to go? How can I help you get there? And not giving me too much that, like with the options like Mo did.
I'm going to help everybody. Mo and Melinda and I have spent some time together, and we talk about it's either robot or monkey brain. And I feel like here he's on robot, and he's not adapting to who she is. You guys default to some kind of invisible script in your mind, and you're not present to the person that's in front of you. I want to help you guys get out of the robot script reading thing, okay? Because a child could read a script. Call centers read scripts, and they're not paid a whole lot. I want you to be human. I want to help you with the mindset, what's going on in my mind, and the words can come out all weird. They can come out of order. It doesn't really matter, and they'll be really genuine. Here's how you do this. In my mind, I'm just sitting here thinking, what would make Melinda really, really happy? That's all I'm thinking. Like, what makes her happy? Like, what does she want from this call? So it's like, I want to ask things like, hey, what matters to you? What's a good price? And what do you hope to achieve and accomplish? And what's a home run look like? Or how do I make this a no-brainer for you? Like, you don't even have to think about it. You could sign this thing tomorrow. Because I want to make it very easy. I'm trying to remove barriers to her saying yes. And I want to let her describe to me what a dream date is, not what I do.
Right.
I don't really care. You know, like say if Melinda and I again in relationships, Jona's scoffing a little bit here. If I just met Melinda and we're like hitting it off, I don't want to tell her like, here's my vision of the date of the future for the two of us. I think it's going to be like, you know, $100 bottle of wine in some shishi French restaurant, and we're gonna eat the most beautiful cut of ribeye, and oh, it's gonna be great. And she's like, I'm a vegan, you idiot. I've, you know, there's alcoholism in my family. How dare you bring up wine? And it's like, see, I made it all about me in that case. All I want to know is like, you know, if we could have, oh no, forget about it. I won't even say if like that. I'll say, tell me what your ideal date looks like. You know, somebody picks me up at this time and we go for a picnic and it's just really down and dirty. There's a sandwich and beer. And I don't want that fancy beer. I want that low-end Coors beer. I'm like, wow, she's something about Mary right there. Take me to a sporting game. Baseball? Football, basketball? What are we talking about? Who's your favorite team? And then surprise her and like, you know what? Keep your calendar open. I got us tickets to XY game and you say yes and it'll be there for you. So all I want to do is find out what makes her happy and then design the conversation around giving her exactly that. Now, where I hear conflict, I'm going to try to resolve it, but that's my initial intention. That's it.
Thank you for watching until the end. Comment down below what is the one thing that you learned from this video. And if you want to see the full conversation of Chris, Melinda and Mo, you can watch it here. Thank you, and I will see you in the future.